Yes. So in this video, what we're going to see is, can Virat Kohli break the mighty record of Tendulkar's ODI runs? Right. So that's what we are going to see using a mathematical model using simple regression analysis. Right. So I'm going to use simple regression analysis to check whether Virat Kohli will overtake the Sachin Tendulkar ODI runs. So for data I have here is, so I have data for Kohli's number of runs from 2008 to 2020, that is from he made debut at 2008. So I have data from 2008 to 2020, and you can see that at 2008 he played 5 innings and had scored 159 runs, and 2009 he had played 8 innings and he scored 325 runs, and so on. And till now, up to date, you can see he played 239 innings at an average of 59.34, and total runs he scored as of now is 11,864. Right? Yeah. So, and I also have the Sachin Tendulkar ODI records. So from 1989 to 2012, that is he retired at 2012, right? So he played around 452 innings and he scored 18,426 at an average of 44.83. So you can see the difference between Sachin and Kohli as of now is around 7,000, I think. So in the next, maybe Virat Kohli age is 31 now. So let me assume that he plays for around 6 to 7 years. If he plays, whether he will break the record or not. That is what we are going to see in this video using simple regression analysis. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, so please subscribe to my channel, and you please press the bell button icon so that you will have a regular updates. Yes. So what we have here is, I have the record data for Virat Kohli ODI runs from 2008 to 2020, and at 2008 he played 5 innings and he scored 159 runs, and at 2009 he played 8 innings and he had scored 325 runs, and so on. So I have data from 2008 to 2020. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to calculate the regression analysis for these data. So for that I'm going to find the regression analysis. So yeah. So I find regression analysis. So I'm just naming the input Y range as the runs, and I am taking the input X range, right? Input X range as the innings, and I'm just naming the output variable. I'm just need the output here. Yeah. So you can see this is the regression analysis for the Virat Kohli ODI data from 2008 to 2020. So I'll just expand some columns so that you will have the label clears. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to find the regression equation. So the regression equation is REG. So don't worry about the terms, you just see the data. So if you want to know all the terms, you want to know what is meant by the regression, or what what is meant by the residual, intercept, etc., I'll make a separate video. So don't worry about the terms now. So the regression equation is given as, so you can see the regression coefficient, the intercept coefficient is 155. So before that, what I'll do is, I'll just round off all the data here to 2 decimal places, so that you will have some exact data, so that data will be simple to see. So I'll just round off this to 2 decimal places. So you can see that I have made up to 2 decimal places now. So the regression equation is nothing but, so I'll write the regression equation as, so the regression equation is given as, so the coefficient here is 155.23, right? So you can see that intercept of coefficient is 155.23, and plus and the innings he played is 41. You can see that the innings coefficient is 41.21. So I'll just 41.21 into the input. The input here is innings, right? So this is what our the regression equation. So let me have some more data. So the desired prediction level is I'm making 90% prediction, that is 90% accurate level. So what I'm doing is I'm just finding the desired prediction level. So desired prediction level. So I'm making this as 90%. So this is 90. So I'll just change this to percentage. Yeah, and alpha value is nothing but the desired level, 100% minus desired level. So we have alpha value to be 10%, right? So our alpha value is 10%. So I'm making the point prediction. So let me say prediction at innings. Prediction at innings, and let us say this is our point prediction value. Point prediction value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to predict how many runs he scored, how many runs whether he will score after some certain number of innings, right? So let us assume that so as of now, first we can see that you can see that Kohli has played around 239 innings so far, and his current age is 31 now. So let us say he's a super fit man. We know that. Let us say he plays for another 7 years, right? So let us say he plays for another 7 years. So you can see that average he plays around 20 to 30 innings per year, right? So for the worst case, let us say he plays around 15 innings a year, right? Because he may have some injury, or we will have some IPL, so that we will have a 2 or 3 months break, and we will have some T20 World Cup. So let us assume the worst case that he plays a minimum of 15 innings per year, and let us assume that he plays for another 7 years. So for another 7 years, 15 innings. So 7 into 15 is nothing but 105. So let us fix that is 100 for the next 100 innings, right? So and 15 innings per year for the next 7 years, it is 105 innings. So let us predict how many runs he will score if he is scoring runs in this way, right? So we are going to predict the next 100 innings. So if we do that, we will have, so I'm going to predict this for next 100 innings, and our point value is equal to, we know that the regression coefficient plus the innings into the input, which is 100. So if I do that, you can see that he scores around 4,276 runs, right? So these are just only the numbers. You don't say, you don't fix it. These are the exact terms. These are only the bounds, right? So he scored around 4,276 runs. So let us add these runs to the current runs he had. So you can see that Kohli has around 11,867 runs. So even if he scores, let us say 5,000 runs, so we will have around what, 16,867, which is surely less than the Sachin Tendulkar runs, 18,426, right? So for next 100 innings, suppose let us say he plays for 115, let us say the maximum possible case that he plays for 20 innings per year, and if he plays for next 7 years, let us say the maximum possible case is he plays 150 innings. So for 150 innings, you can see that our approximate runs he scored will be 16,400, right? 16,400. So again, if we add 16,400 to our his record, So we will have 16,400 plus 11,867. So he will be get closer to Tendulkar runs, but it will be less than that, right? So from this model we can predict that if he goes in this average, the mathematical model predicts that it is very tough to beat the Tendulkar record. So remember that the fitness is very important here. I'm making an assumption that he is super fit for next 7 to 8 years and he is playing 150 innings, right? So let us now, these are just the point value, right? So these are just the approximate value. So but now what we will do is we will find the standard error in that, and we will find the lower bound and the upper bound for separate innings, right? So let us fix now 100 now. Now what we are going to see, what we are going to do is we are going to find the upper bound and the lower bound, right? That's what we are going to find now. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some extra columns here. So this tells the standard error, this tells the standard error. So remember, these are just the approximation, right? These are not the deciding factor. These are just only the approximation using regression analysis. So I'm making an extra column standard error, and I'm finding the t statistics value. So I'm finding the t statistics. So don't worry about the terms, and I'm finding the p value for that. Or let us say we will have standard error, and then we don't need to t stat here because already we have found the t stat value. So let us say we will find the marginal error. So margin error you will find, and then you will find the lower bound and the upper bound. So we will find lower bound, so lower bound and the upper bound. So the standard error formula, so I'll just quote the standard error formula. So these are the standard error formula. So it's nothing but s into square root of s is the sample size. So s into square root of 1 plus 1 by n plus x minus x bar whole square plus standard deviation square into n minus 1. So far we haven't found the mean and the standard deviation. So first we will find the mean and the standard deviation now. So let us find the mean, and we will find the standard deviation. So mean is nothing but the average of, so it is nothing but the average of the innings. So the average of innings is so we have found the mean as 18.3867, and the standard deviation is nothing but STD standard deviation of the innings. So we have found the mean and the standard deviation. So what we will do is we will apply this in this formula. So which is standard error. So standard error, we have that formula as s into square root of 1 plus 1 by n plus x. X is the input we are giving. So in this case our x will be 100 and x bar will be the mean which we found, and the standard deviation square by n minus 1. N is the sample number of observations now. So we have the observation number of observation here, which is 13 here. So that means you have 13 years observation. So when I try to apply that formula, we have, so I have already applied this formula. So since it takes calculation, so you can see that I have applied the standard error formula here. So I will get the standard error as 1078.441, right? So these are standard error, and you can also predict this for separate year also. For example, 2021. Let us say for 2021 he played around 20 innings. So you find the point prediction for 20 innings, and then add up all these years to get the entire amount also, so that you will have small error. So just for the approximation, I'm just finding at a single stage, I'm finding it for 100 innings. So you find for 15 per year plus 20 per year. If you find in that way, you will find more close approximation, right? So you can see our standard error formula. When I apply that formula, I have found standard error as 1078 plus 4.441, and the t value is nothing but I use the function it is nothing but the alpha value and with the residual. So I'm not worrying about the theoretical I'm just only showing the data. And the standard error is we have found using 1078, and we have to find marginal error. So marginal error is very important. So marginal error can be found by just multiplying t value into standard error. So when you multiply point t value into standard error, you will get marginal error as 1936. And lower bound is nothing but point prediction minus standard error, point prediction minus marginal error, and upper bound is nothing but point prediction plus marginal error. So you can see that at 100 innings, his lower bound will be 4,276 runs and upper bound will be 6,212 runs. So we will, even if we go for the worst case, let us say he scores around 7,000 runs at 100 innings at an average of 70. So you can see if we add 7,000 to his ODI runs now, we will have. So if we add 7,000 runs, I think he will beat, but it is such a difficult task. So this mainly depends upon Virat Kohli fitness. So as of now, from what we can infer from the simple regression analysis is that it is very tough to beat Sachin Tendulkar ODI record. So don't say that I'm hater of Virat Kohli. I'm a diehard fan of Virat Kohli fan. So it is just a data, right? I'm just only showing the data and possibilities for showing the whether Virat Kohli will beat Sachin Tendulkar ODI runs or not, right? It's just a data. So let us go for the maximum possible case that he plays 150 innings in the next 7 to 8 years. So if he plays around 150 innings, you can see the lower bound and upper bound side. Upper bound as the lower bound will be 6,336 runs and the upper bound is 8,726 runs. So playing 150 innings is not an easy job. The fitness is very important here. He's 31 now. So let us say if he plays around 38, or according he is super fit. So let us assume that he is played around 39. So even if he plays for 39 years, he has 8 years from now. So even if he plays 20 innings a year, the maximum innings that we can play is 150, right? So according to this data, if he scores in this way, you can see the upper bound is 8,276 runs. So if we analyze the maximum bound, upper bound, I think he will beat, but playing 150 innings is really tough, right? So all depends upon his fitness, and I hope that he is injury prone. So that's it. So the conclusion that we are using here is, and you can also I've also predicted the Sachin Tendulkar record. So you can see that I have taken the Sachin Tendulkar ODI record from 1992 to 2000. So I have the first 10 years of his career, innings and runs. So what I'm doing is I'm applying the same regression analysis here. So now you can see that he has played around 452 innings, right? So what I'm doing is what will be his runs at the end of 452 innings. So if I do that, you can see that I have given the input as 452 innings. For 452 innings, you can see that standard error, the point prediction is 22,520, and the lower bound is 15,002 and upper bound is 22,000. So you can see that the runs he scored after 452 innings is 18,426. You can see that this clearly lies in between the lower bound and the upper bound, and in fact it is the average of lower bound and the upper bound. So the point prediction always gives an approximation. You can see it is a 4,000 runs difference here, but you always go for lower bound and the upper bound. So you always take the lower bound and the upper bound with average, so that you will have some close approximation, right? So the result, the conclusion is, it is tough to beat Sachin Tendulkar ODI record, but if Virat maintains his fitness and if he maintains the average that he is maintaining now, and if he plays for next 7 to 8 years without any injuries, he may, remember, I'm just quoting, I'm just stressing, he may break the Sachin Tendulkar ODI record, right? So again I'm repeating, these are just only the approximation. You don't make a judgment from this. These are only just the I'm just applying the regression analysis to this data. That's it, right? So that's it. If you have liked this video, please comment and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Thank you.